Today, we're going to talk about how to buy a house. What's up, everybody, and welcome to Master Money. My name is Andrew. I'm the host of the Personal Finance Podcast and founder of MasterMoney.co. And today, we're going to be talking about how to buy a house. Now, before you go out and buy a house, it's extremely important just to understand the steps that need to be taken to buy a house. So that's what we're going to talk about today, is the steps that you need to go through before you buy a house. Now, I've bought dozens and dozens of houses in my lifetime. I'm a real estate investor. I have my real estate license. And in addition, I bought my own personal houses multiple times. And the process is exactly the same on each and every house. It's actually a very systematic process. And the first thing that you need to do is you need to start saving. So making sure that you have some money in place for a down payment and to be able to cover closing costs is going to be extremely important. So start to save up and put that money in a high yield savings account. You don't want to invest this money. You don't want this money to get cut in half when the market takes a dip. You want it to be in a safe place so that when you're ready to buy a house, you have the money just there. The next step is to think through what type of loans you actually want to get. There's loans like the VA loan, the FHA loan, the traditional loan. There's all different types of mortgages that you can get, and we'll have future videos on each one of those loans. So if you're interested in that, make sure you're subscribed to this channel. But figuring out what loan you need is going to be the best fit for you. Do you want a low down payment like 3.5% with an FHA loan, or do you want to put 20, 30, 40% down with a traditional mortgage? It's up to you and what your financial situation is. The third step is to get pre-approved. Now, pre-approval needs to come before you start going out looking at houses. Why? Because if you find a house that you like, you have to have that pre-approval letter to make sure that you can actually make an offer. Nobody will accept your offer if you don't have a pre-approval letter in place. And all a pre-approval letter is just someone has gone through your financial work and your financial background and said, hey, this person can be pre-approved for a loan. So where do you get that pre-approval letter? You can go to your local bank or you can go to a mortgage broker. Either one are fantastic, and you can go there and they will give you a pre-approval letter after they go through your financial background. So you'll have to provide things like your W-2, your financial statements, things like that, so that they can make sure that you're actually mortgage worthy. Now the fun begins, because you get to start looking for your house. So if you're just getting started, you don't know what's out there, you don't know what you really want, what I recommend is to start frequently looking on Zillow and Realtor.com and other websites like that, because what that's going to do is give you an idea of what prices are. And that way, if a deal comes up, you can jump on it right away. In addition, once you start looking, you can start going to open houses and talking to realtors so that you can get a better idea and a better understanding and educate yourself on your local market, because every market is different. Every single market has its own unique qualities and prices and different structures. So you need to make sure that you understand that before you go into this major decision. The next step is to start scheduling showings. Now, showings are extremely important because at this point in time, you're going to be starting to talk to realtors. Now, if you have a realtor in mind that you want to use, go ahead and schedule showings with them. Now, if you don't have a realtor in mind, you can either call listing agents of properties that you like, or you can start interviewing buyers agents. But just make sure that you choose a realtor that's knowledgeable and knows what they're doing and knows the market. That's the biggest piece. Don't choose your Uncle Rico's best friend, but look for a realtor who actually knows what they're doing and is actually knowledgeable, because this is going to be the biggest impact on how much you pay for the house that you love. Now, as you're touring houses and as you're looking at houses, one of the biggest things that I can tell you is make sure that you don't get your emotions involved. If you love a house and it's outside of your price range, the worst thing that you can do is throw as much money as possible as you can at that house and become house poor. So how much should you actually be spending on your housing? Well, here at Master Money, we talk about spending 30% or less of your income each month on your housing. So if you're finding that the market that you're in, the prices are just way out of your price range in houses that are actually fixed up and complete, then one thing that you can do to find a discount is look for houses that may need a little bit of work. Our first house that I bought, we bought a house with shaggy carpet, with purple walls, with bathrooms that need to be redone, with kitchen that need to be remodeled. And all of these pieces allowed us to pay a cheaper price. And then over time, we would fix things one by one by one. And in the end, we ended up making well over 6 figures on that house just because we fixed it up over time. Now, once you find the house that you love, it's time to make your offer. So your realtor is going to fill out a contract, they're going to give them your pre-approval letter, and you're going to sign this contract to make the offer. Once the offer is accepted, it's not time to throw a party just yet. because once your offer is accepted, it's time to schedule your inspection. Now, a lot of hot markets, people will try to get you to not get an inspection. Do not do this. I repeat, do not cancel an inspection. You always want to have an inspection when you're buying a property because there's a lot of things that are going to come up that you have no idea that are there. Maybe the plumbing is messed up. Maybe there's electrical problems. All of these things cost tens of thousands of dollars. So you have to make sure that you're getting the property inspected. Never forego inspections. And what that means is an inspector is going to come out to your house that you're looking to buy, and they're going to go through the entire thing. They're going to go through the attic. They're going to look at all the electrical. They're going to look at all the plumbing. They're going to look at your AC. They're going to look at everything to make sure that everything is in working order and that you're buying the house right. If everything checks out with your inspection, fantastic. If there's problems, like say there's problems with plumbing or something like that, then you can either negotiate that price or decide, I'm okay with that. I'll fix that once we close on the house. And if you agree with everything, now it's time to move on to the next step, which is to go to closing. So you're going to schedule a closing date. You're going to have that closing date in place, and you're going to work with your mortgage broker to finalize your loan. Once you finalize all your paperwork, you finalize your loan, you're working with your realtor, you're working with your mortgage broker to go to closing. You go to closing, you sign the dotted line, and you've got the keys. Pop champagne, throw a party, because now the fun begins. Listen, I hope you guys learned a lot by watching this video. We're gonna be coming out with more videos on how to buy a house and tips and tricks on exactly how to make sure that you buy a house right and get a house at a discount. So if you're interested in that, make sure you're subscribed to this channel. And also like this video, tap the notification bell, and we'll see ya on the next video.